happening based on repeated testing and observing results. So when you do experimentally, see if when the physics experiments are done, like they'll make a note of all the possibilities and all those stuffs, the records, the data. Okay, so whatever they are doing it, that we call it as the experimental probability. And then you're taking like two coins and you're tossing it also, that is also an example for the experimental, because you're doing it experimentally and noting it down, right? So it is the ratio of the number of times an event has occurred to the number of times it has been tested. So the formula is nothing but the formula for the probability is given as the ratio of number of times an event has occurred to the number of times it has been tested. So this is a formula. I'll give that in my next slide. So I've taken some example here. To find the probability of getting a 6 when rolling a dice. You have seen dice, right? So you can see that from 1 to 6 it has been, like placed. It's a cubical shape where you can see, like 1, 2, 3 number or a dots in that dice. So you need to roll the dice many times, then divide the number of times who rolled a 6 with how many times you have rolled the dice in total. So this you will get the probability. So here when you are like collecting the data in one particular form, what are the possibilities that you are going to get? So that we call it as a sample space. So a probability model has two components, that is a sample space and an assignment of a probability related with each outcome. So always remember, the sample space is denoted by the capital letter. So a probability of an outcome is a number and has two properties. So what are the properties means? The first one should be the probability assigned to each outcome is non-negative. It should be, always remember, in case of probability, you will not get anything in terms of negative, and the sum of all the probabilities should be always equal to 1. Say, you will understand that this is just a theoretical part of it. When I take the example, you will understand it better. So I've taken here example. Let me explain one by one. It's a very easy chapter. Okay, only thing is you have to understand it well. So I've taken a dice. If you have not seen a die, like you can just see it in a PPT here. Can you see the dice? Hope like this would have become a popular game at home now in the lockdown. Actually, I've been playing with my brothers also. This dice, snake and ladder and all those stuff. So this is a die. This is how it will look. Okay. So let's roll a die once. So here I told you about the sample space. What do you mean by sample space? Means you're going to list all the possible outcomes in a flower bracket as a set. So when you roll it, what are the possible outcomes? First thing will be either it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that you're going to put it in a bracket. This we call it as the total outcomes. Okay, the possible outcomes, which is always denoted by S. Okay. So when you roll it once, so as I already told you, probability is always calculated as the ratio of number of ways that he can occur. This one we call it as E, one term event. It always denoted as E. Probability of an event. P of E means probability of an event occur. Is always given by the formula. This is a formula you have to remember is number of ways that E can occur divided by number of possibilities. So here I've just taken one question. What is the probability you will roll an even number? So this is a sample space, the possible outcome. So when you consider that, what are the possible that you will roll an even number? How many even numbers are there? Just check it out. 2, 4, 6. So these are the even numbers. So what are the possibility number of ways that E can occur? So P of even number will be equal to, there are 3, right? That it can occur divided by what is the total number of possibilities? The number of possibilities is 6. So that's why it is 3 by 6, which is equal to 1 by 2. So there are 6 different numbers on the die. Okay, that's what it is denoted 6. So this is an example of it. So I've taken one more example also. Yeah. So in this case, Okay, you have a bag with you, a bag of marbles. Assume that there are 3 red marbles with you and 2 white marbles with you, 1 purple marbles and 4 green marbles. So these are the marbles, like the bag contains. So now the question is, how many red marbles are there in the bag? So what is the formula that I told you? The formula is nothing but, so the number of ways that event E can occur divided by number of the possibilities. So how many red marbles are there? They are asking. At most, what is the red marble that is there with you? 3, right? So therefore, you're going to, in the numerator, you're going to write 3. But what is the total number of marbles that are there? 4 plus 1, 5, 7, and then 10. So what should be your answer? It should be 3 divided by 10. Okay, so this is what it is. So how many marbles are there in the bag in all is 10. So therefore the probability that P of the red marbles that occurs will be equal to 3 by 10. So hope you are getting it now. So next I have one more example. So let me discuss about this in my next video.